Y'all, so this is kind of like a frustration rant, right? So I told y'all how I like kind of view the whole like, dating situation, how I won't say anything right to people. And I was, just going about my business, right? Normal day, tired as shit. So usually like when I'm super tired or something like that, I'm like, you know what, I'm either gonna meet someone today or something like that. But all day had gone by, nothing really happened. So at the very end of the day, like right before we close, someone comes through, and nothing inside of me is like, oh, I should say something to this person. So I end up hooking them up a little bit because we had like extra stuff and we were about to close. So I was like, hey, they accidentally made this, do you want it? And she's like, yeah. I complimented her on her nails, right? And then she ended up leaving 111. And afterwards, like, part of me is sitting here and I'm like, damn, like I should have tried to talk to her. I should have tried to get her number or whatever, right? And so then I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about the shit and I'm like, why is it that I'm getting this feeling, right? Like, why is it that I felt like I should have talked to this person when inside of me nothing really, like, And so like I'm thinking about it, I'm like, well, that girl was definitely a wife. Like, you can just tell by looking at certain people, like that is a wife, that is a husband, right? And so I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, I never felt called to say anything, so I didn't say anything. So then I'm thinking about it and I'm like, okay, well, they always say like, stuff happens when you least expect it, right? And that makes sense. On the days where I'm dressed like shit, on the days that I feel like shit, I'm not expecting it, someone will come into my life, right? I'll see someone, right? And so then like y'all had said, like you should date, you should try and date, like you should talk to people while you're not with your person, like your final person. So like it's whatever, right? So I take that advice, right? I end up going out on a date and, it was nice. It was fun. And then now after the fact, right? Like I'm sitting here and my heart's just like, Jordan, like what's going on with this situation? And I'm like, bruh, like it was a date and tears, right? tears, whatever. And so I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, if I can't be alone, right? Mind you, I can be alone, and I have my love, for everything, everyone, and God, So I'm like, I'm chilling, right? But like when you're like craving your union, when you're like ready for your union, like to the point of like the max, like it kind of hurts, right? Because you don't have your person with you, right? And so I'm like, well, if I can't date because my heart is getting overly excited, and I can't be single because my heart is being overly excited, like what the fuck am I gonna do? Like what am I supposed to do? 3 4 3. So I was getting frustrated, and then I was like, well, and then this is the thing, right? Like I'm thinking about all of the connections that I felt like I could have said something, and I'm like, I feel like those were definitely soul family. These are people that are definitely in my soul family, but judging their energy, it feels like these were all wives. And so now I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I'm like, well, God, if you're waiting for me, basically, like if you're bringing people into my life and I'm supposed to choose one, then how come that wasn't pre-discussed? Like how come that wasn't like, how come that wasn't I don't know why I was about to say transcribed. How come this wasn't like relayed to me, right? And then on top of that also is it's always in the moments that catch me off guard where I don't feel called to really say anything. 444. So then I'm like, all right, well, if you were like, Jordan, yo, you're gonna meet someone today and that person is your person, then I would be on the lookout all day. I would be ready for it. And when it happened, I would do what I needed to do. But now I'm just sitting here and I'm like, what the fuck is going on, bro? 505. 113 could be significant for you. And so this is my frustration post. And if you're frustrated waiting for your counterpart, you can go ahead and vent right in the comments. And everybody, we can just sit here and be semi-frustrated together. But I gotta get back to either door dashing or trying to get some food. I don't fucking know. I'm fucking pissed off thinking about this shit. But much love to everybody as always, and I hope y'all have a blessed day.